So today we're back in Koenji. The idea today is that for maybe 20 minutes I just walk, talk and take photos, so you can kind of see the way I kind of go about taking photos. I've got the camera Nikon with a 50mm 1.8 lens on it. I don't like to change lenses. It's just easier to take the camera with one fixed lens and that's it for the day. In fact, I don't have another lens. So I quite like this 50mm, so I'm sticking with that. That's a bit noisy, isn't it? So typically I've got it sitting on my right hip on a long strap, so I'll take some photos from down there, but occasionally I'm probably going to bring it up near my eyes. I don't tend to use the viewing screen at all because I just haven't gone down that route yet. But we'll just click away and hopefully end up with one or two good photos to show you whilst you're looking at this very interesting area. By shooting from the hip often, it means that often I miss heads or don't quite get the image I want, but on the flip side I get some interesting photos with people not really aware that the photo is being taken. With this harsh light, I tend to underexpose, so then I can get the shadows nice and dark and the highlights exposed roughly right. But let's just see how we go. I've noticed that by having the camera on the right hip, nearly always, because that's easier to reach and take pictures from there, that it's conspicuous that that's where I'm taking them from. Always people are on my right, occasionally on my left. So I've just got to think whilst I'm doing this that I'm supposed to be taking photos. I'm not good with the pressure of having to take photos. I rather and recognise that some days I'm in the mood, other days I'm not. But today we're just doing it. Now right here, there's a really nice bit of sunlight there. You can get somebody to come into it. Take a few. It's always some nice little streets here. So we'll wind our way around. Definitely taken photos here before. I guess with taking photos, I'm conscious that I'm not the expert professional. Typically, which some people definitely frown on, typically I'll shoot in aperture priority. But that kind of suits what I'm taking photos of and the way I'm taking photos. As you can see, I'm just dodging people a bit to be able to comfortably walk, talk and take photos. This video's been to before. I quite like it. But today we'll be back to Koenji, I think. So this wasn't the plan today. I actually only thought of doing walking, talking, photo series this morning whilst having my second coffee. I came here just to have a coffee and then I was going elsewhere, but then I thought, no, I'll do this, see how we go with this walking photo series. As I say, it's not really going to be as expertly done as the big YouTubers who show you their screen as they're about to take photos and then the process photo later. I just want this to be as it is, not heavily edited. I won't cut anything out. Maybe it's because I just don't know how to edit very well yet, but we'll get there, improve over time. So sometimes I may well put the camera to my face and they'll be in the way. So I don't have the, what do you call it, third eye design. I can't visualize things, so it probably makes things difficult for me as a photographer. I get a sense that there's a photo somewhere, but I don't know where it is, and don't know whether looking at the screen before I take the photo would help, because I've just got to take the photo and then look and then go, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that, but still get a lot of good photos. You know, even at home, if I wanted a different layout for the lounge room, I couldn't say, oh, I'll just move the lounge here and the TV here and that'll be really cool, because I can't actually visualize like that. So I actually have to move it, then go, yeah, that's okay, or no, that's not quite right, try something else. So I expect that really counts against me as a photographer, although the last 3 years I've definitely gotten a lot better, including this notion of coming out in, whether it's night or middle of the day, not just waiting for the golden hour, as they say, as they call it, because these lights and shadows and stuff can really make for good photos. See, I needed to get him whilst he was in the light if I was taking one. But this is a cool area. It's directly under the train lines. The space is, you know, utilised with these restaurants, which is excellent. So yeah, people end up in my photos a lot. I think I've learned that you've got to try and declutter your photos, so try and keep the numbers of people down, preferably to an odd number. Don't want to go in there because it might be a bit dark. It's not where I was going, but sometimes you just follow your feet. I'm a little concerned right now that I'm really not going to get a decent photo doing it this way, but that's no way through really. The pachinko parlour. I like that. Oops, get run over. See, I really should have the lens up. The guy coming through really helped the photo. Take a look, maybe more central. As I said before, I've set the camera to aperture priority, and I might change the actual aperture slightly depending on how bright the light is, and the same with, what do you call that, EV, exposure variation? I don't know. But I'll switch that too, so if the sun suddenly disappears, then obviously my highlights aren't going to be that different to the shadows. But if it gets really bright sunny patches, then I've got to adjust it again. Essentially though, we're trying not to fiddle. This is the photos you're taking right now. This is what's working best. This is a nice laneway. So we've got lots of sun on one side, nothing much on, just shade on the other. No bike riders. There's a smoker up here in the shadows. I don't know, we'll just... keeping the camera down on the hip, I'm not too bad at central, putting people in the centre of the frame. I guess if you take enough, like then 2 or 3, you might get lucky with one. That's all it takes really. A few people are noticing the camera today because I've got my hand permanently on it. But normally you notice that people just don't realise, which is nice. You get nice photos. Completely different photo where people are aware that you're taking a photo, of course. See, that guy was looking for short because of the way I'm holding it. It's literally right on my hip. Here, it's got some yellow behind him as well, so that could be good. It's like smoke and it's not good because it's all shade. But we'll see. You'll see later. Is that a cat? Sometimes we just try some things. I've got a thing about dogs, seeing dogs, and I love dogs and I'd love to have one, but it doesn't fit with my life at the moment. Although I do have one back in Australia, being looked after by good friends. He's a 16-and-a-half-year-old pug, jug actually, and he's going well. The only thing that made me bring that up is here I took a photo a year or 2 back of a Frenchie hanging out one of these windows. And although I might get excited to see a dog, no time do I get more excited or happy when I see a Frenchie. I just love them. So, clothing. if I want to go out here, but trying to take a mixture of photos. As I said, I'm not an expert at seeing a photo, so I just have to trust in myself that if something grabs my interest, then just take some photos and hopefully something will turn out nice. Had a look in one, I think that unit complex there, had a look at a unit there early on this year, prime position. It's about 19 million yen, so 190,000 Australian, small studio. Oh my God, what a position. And it was in really good condition. Slowing down with the photos. Maybe something here. That bike. Could be something. I'm not sure what time it started. It's kind of like a challenge, 20 minutes, take some photos, let you have a look around, and hopefully, he's watching me, so I'm not going to take that one. Drop the camera. Now maybe. We'll just have a little bit more of a look at some of these, pass by these vintage shops and call it a day on this little experiment. Koenji. I don't know how they say it on the train, but I like it. When you arrive on the train, Koenji. Popular spot, but not the same popularity level as Shimokitazawa. I go into some of the shops, but I'm not really looking for anything. When you're travelling with just one suitcase permanently, like me, it's you don't really need to buy anything else. The clothes you've got are enough, and if they're not, then you might swap out a shirt or a pair of long pants, but keep it much the same. It's worked for me for the last nearly 3 years, so I'll keep doing it. I usually have, because she came around in the light, I thought I'd take the chance to snap away. I'm walking into the light, and in the past it's gone okay with the camera, so I hope it is today. I haven't really been paying attention to the people passing me, what they're wearing today, but usually there's a good array of some uniquely dressed people. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's head back. I'm not certain, but I think this undercovered shopping street, I think it's called Shotengai, that kind of style. You see it in quite a few of the neighbourhoods. I like it. Again, not sure if I've been any good on the photos because I've barely looked at any. But hopefully I'll have something to show you at the end of this when I sit down with them tonight and delete what needs to be deleted and shift some to a edit pile and then get around to editing. The girl was getting interviewed for something, maybe YouTube earlier. Here's a little puppy. He'll be excited to see me, I'm sure. Oh. Really get some interesting photos with shade and bright sunlight. Okay, I think we've pretty well done our dash. But I'm still looking for a good place to finish actually. Maybe just a street scene. It's a pretty cool street. Get an overall photo. Yeah, hard to beat that one. Maybe we just get over here, cut out the left side, see what we get. Old reflections. I need somebody to come along to create a bit of interest. Car. Didn't want that. Oh, here comes a bike. Oh, there goes a bike. Tend not to wait around too long for something to happen. I know where I can stop. I saw it earlier. Lazy boots. Move too quick sometimes, don't I? Moggy folk art. There's a temple up there. Just here, in case you didn't realise where I am. Koenji. Chinese restaurant, maybe? I don't know. Oh, car wants to come in. It's a nice scene too. Bikes, restaurants. Let's finish up. Catch you next time.